Out there, Yuri love rivalry. That was hot, man. With some, girl on girl, right? But let's first talk about this thing. As I said earlier, if you come in for the review of episode 6, I'm an anime only now, right? So I read the manga up to this point, right? So now I am an anime only. So now I'm joining you guys in the purified anime people here, right? No Richard Dunn and so on. But the first thing I want to talk about, I'm just gonna find it here, but in the opening, she is clearly evil girl from that backstory. So here in episode 6, we have the new girl, right? She's the mad girl, what's it called? Madi Shoujo, kind of like mad girl, and etc. Right? Sailor Moon, whatever, right? I should have had my Sailor Moon shirt on me. She basically plays the different mad girl outfits, right? Let me get my goddamn Sailor Moon shirt. Of course, this shirt with it was Sailor Moon, right? Yeah, come on. It's beautiful. So I have the star shirt on me. But look at this. Magic girls! It's a classic, right? Even though my best girl is Sailor Makato, though. But anyway, yeah, she comes in here, right? In episode 6, the new girl, and she clearly wants to be, he wants to go to help her to make this hardcore, evil version of this magic girl outfit, right? And it's very, very obvious given the opening. Again, I'm anime only now, because I haven't actually read past, basically where she falls in love with him. It's going to sooner. And yeah, I'm just pointing out here, guessing right, from as my anime only, that certainly Marin is gonna play the evil woman, right? Like the typical evil witch, empress, queen lady, right? In that magical girl. And of course, they're gonna do some kind of humor stuff together, right? Because they have this scene, she grabs Gojo, have, the same thing, right? So the new girl, right? Love rival girl, whatever she is, like cosplay rival, they're obviously gonna do this together, right? Yeah. Marin and her are. Marin's gonna play the sexy evil lady, right? She's gonna play the seduced little magic girl, like her love slave or whatever, right? And they're clearly gonna do some like Yuri scenes, like we saw in the episode. So I like it, yeah. It actually goes a little more Yuri, right? Because in the episode, there's a Yuri, and certainly in the future, they're gonna have this like cosplay event together, right? Where they're gonna play some, sexy lesbian scenes or something, right? Something like that together, right? I mean, obviously, in a cosplay family friend. See Marin? I can't wait for the Route to the 4, right? You see Marin being like, oh, you're so sexy cosplay outfit girl, and cabadoning her against the ground, like pushing kind of like a weird, almost kissing her. She's like, you're freaking me out. And like slapping her with her boobs in her face. He's like, big titties, you're drowning me in boobs and so on. Yeah. So she went for that. She really went for it there, Marin. But I love it from like a weird, rom-com sense, right? Here comes a new girl. And Gojo is naked, Gojo is her ass, and so on, right? And he instead of Marin, of course, being jealous that her, not boyfriend yet, but clearly Marin is in love with Gojo in that episode. Instead of being angry, right, that this girl, showed her tatas to Gojo, she's like, I wanna see them too! Let's do some sexy cosplay together! She's like, yeah! This is awesome! I got a girlfriend, let's do it together! I mean, this is serious, I can just... this is you expect, right? Marin getting in there and getting all... This is what I expect from most animes, right? The girlfriend being all jealous and shocked, you're cheating on me. But instead, of course, Marin immediately is like, oh yeah! We can have like a threesome, it's awesome! I wanna see you naked too! Yeah, Marin is like, no, not Marin, man. She's a crazy woman. She's she's very, very intense, right? She's like, oh yeah, this is perfect. We can do some... Yeah, this evil lady, magic girl cosplay, sexy cosplay together, guys! Yeah, so no, I feel Marin is sharing is caring, right? She's an open girl, yeah. She's like, oh, I wanna share him, it's been awesome. No, but I'm without joking, right? There's already been, it's a lot of Route 34 at the Marin, obviously. This episode, certainly, I can't be the only guy imagining it's gonna be so much. Hengakas out there, hentai artists will be like, oh yeah, Marin, new girl, Gojo. I'm just saying, maybe it's just my gutted trash mind, right? But come on, we all know it's people do so much on this anime now. It's gonna be a lot of these two girls doing it, certainly. Plus, of course, Gojo, because she's like, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, love rival appears, and certainly that's part of it. Otherwise, let's talk about the good part, though. No, everything is good, but this part is adorable. So of course now Marin is openly in love with Gojo, right? I mean, honestly in love with her. And I think this is yet again why the anime is so well written, right? Because it has so many other animes where in some, sometimes I do like it, don't get me wrong. Like the tsundere, I like tsundere, right? but sometimes it's kind of silly. I do like, I love Noelle, right? Noelle is one of my favorite characters of all time in anime, right? I mean, so, Black Clover Noelle. Noelle is a very, very tsundere, but Noelle, I live with it because she's so extreme tsundere, so that I think it's fun, right? She's taking it to the next level, right? And eventually it also does a mixed but whatever. She's like, so into it, right? But I think that in most of these kind of rom-com, one season rom-com, right? Harem, especially, they always have like one tsundere, right? You have someone like Nino in Petappet. You have tsundere / Ang or someone, right? Something like that. And so you have her, right? You have the Yandere and so on. And they usually have to play out their role, right? So in most rom-coms, even in one with only one girl, right? But usually more than, they have to play out their role. But Marin is better written, right? Because she actually acts like a normal humanhood. She's like, oh my god, I definitely love it, Gojo. And, she's reflecting, how can I seduce him better? How can I make him my boyfriend? You know what I mean? She isn't like, I would love it him, She's actually like acting out like a normal woman. To some extent. Obviously, it's very like, open, she's kind of like cray. She's very, she's very energetic, she's very genki, right? But except her personality types, it just fits more, right? And that makes this anime again a much better written anime, right? Because the woman is like, oh my god, Gojo Kun is so sexy! Oh, his grandpa! I love him now! Yeah, Marin in love, and it's adorable, but it just, to me, it feels so much better, right? And again, I said in my older review, I have seen, basically every goddamn rom-com, harem anime out there, right? I mean, all of the different mixtures and shoujo anime and so on too, right? And yeah, usually, even in the shoujo animes, the girls are, I feel, too, I guess, one-dimensional, right? Like they have their type of, not of course all of them, but many of them. So it's just really refreshing, again, seeing how well-written this anime is, right? Because Marin is, again, she falls in love with Gojo, but she isn't like in denial, she isn't like acting like some dere type, right? She actually used herself, right, and trying to figure out she's in love with him and what she can do with it, right? So yeah, it's actually like again well written and makes sense. Like it just feels like an actual person, right? And not this. But yeah, Duki, and then of course, and one thing that it leads to, which I think is great, where she's at sea where her stomach is growling. There it is, yeah. And one thing that leads to is getting hungry for some menus. No, I'm just kidding. But this in here, I think is great too, right? Because Marin, of course, very casual, very open, and very like, yeah, and so on, right? Especially with her body, right? Very much like, look at my boobs, so on, yeah. Very much of that, right? But now then, she realizing that, shit, I'm in love with Gojo, as we viewer review, but now she's herself like, oh my god, I want him. I want to date him, right? I want to seduce this cute boy, right? Now she's in that mindset, suddenly, she actually has a little more self-conscious, right? Because I was like, oh shit, you hear my stomach? Oh no, I think I'm a freak, and yeah. Suddenly she's freaking out about this stuff. I think that's really great too, because this also feels again like an actual realistic, woman that's falling in love with a guy. Suddenly she's care about, oh no, what if he saw that thing? Oh, what if he heard that thing? And so suddenly she's much more, careful on, oh shit, this thing, and I don't want to embarrass myself, and now she's getting all nervous, right? Not according to extremely nervous, but she's getting more nervous, right? From basically having zero nervousness, yeah. From Marin earlier, she had like absolute zero, right? But now she's like, oh my god, grab her too, it's gonna be embarrassing, right? So now she's getting a little self-conscious. And this is really great too, how it's like chasing her, how I say it, relationship, I guess, or her how she acts, I guess, or maybe not how she acts, but how she's thinking about it, reflecting about it. But she acts the same, right? But in her mind, she's like, oh shit, that's embarrassing, right? So she wouldn't be embarrassed, episode 1 would happen, probably, right? Not as much at least. So I think that's also really good. Again, an actual well-written personality woman, like an actual living personality type. But yeah, it's really cute. Marin is in love, and then we see. But it's cute too is that obviously she knows she's in love with him, and for once, I guess she's not in denial about it. Yeah, for once, a female character falls in love. And even in the same, 10 minutes later, she's not in denial. She's like, oh yeah, I love him. She's not in denial. She's like, I want to seduce him. I want to smash him. Yeah. I want to F that boy. Yeah. She's not in denial. She's all like, see you. I like you. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I'll see you next tomorrow. I like you. Oh, I mean, yeah, I like you. She actually like, thanks for everything. Best boyfriend. She actually is immediately accepting her feelings, right? Honestly. Which is how most people actually would act, right? Yeah, so again, really, really well written anime. I freaking love this anime. Anyway, guys, that's Marin-chan, right? She's falling in love with Gojo, or she's now obviously in love with him. Gojo is just horny now, but he likes her, but you know, she's the hottest girl ever, so he's gonna say no to her though. That's one thing I will say, right? Again, not a man we always point out here, but I hope they don't dwindle too much on this dating. That's something that Horimiya did a great effect. They started dating pretty early, Horimiya, openly dating pretty quickly, right? Because Marin, though, she's a very ganky, in-your-face personality, right? And she knows that Gojo is attracted to her. I mean, she's like a babe, right? And he's like, oh shit, Marty's boobs on, yeah. So I hope that she of course, actually just grabs the bull by the horse, so to speak, and actually goes for it, right? To some extent. I would hate if she just, you know, is too afraid to talk to him about actually liking him, right, in a romantic way. I mean, certainly, I'm not going to happen immediately, but I don't want it to be like, you know, 50 episodes. She's like, maybe he likes me back, oh yeah. That would be shit, and it wouldn't fit her character, right? Because Marin is, again, genki, aggressive, you know, very forthcoming woman, right? If she's just like, going to go like this for 50 episodes, like Hinita, right? Oh, maybe he likes me back one day, oh yeah. That's going to be completely out of character, right? So that is one thing I would be afraid of, because that does feel very, very common though for anime in this kind of genre, right? That unfortunately, even if the girl is fully aware that she's in love with the main character, she usually, of course, just never acts on it. You know what I mean? And that wouldn't fit Marin at all. So, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But again, you know, I'm an anime now, so I don't know. So I'm just hoping that Marin is gonna be an actual person. Again, for example, Horimiya that won Best Romance last year, right, in Anime Awards. That actually, I agree with mostly, yeah. There was a good romance show, and that's a good example of the two main characters actually dating pretty rapidly. Spoilers, but yeah, they did episode 3, 2, they basically start doing it immediately. And I felt that was like really refreshing, yeah. You're watching Horimiya and you're like, yeah, you know, yeah, teenagers, horny, you're probably gonna do it after like a day or so. Yeah, you're like, yeah. You're like, yeah, you know what? Yes! Honestly, yes, more of this than anime, right? Horimiya was a good romance show, yeah. I haven't read the manga, but people kept telling me that the manga's better. but yeah, I think it was a good anime. Also, of course, from Cloverworks, from the same studio, right? That does this anime. But anyway, subscribe to the episode. Of course, tomorrow we have episode Demon Slayer, final episode, right, I believe. Double episode, I think, though. And of course, Attack on Titan with the rumbling. Attack on Titan, I heard it's be delayed, but I haven't found when it's coming out. But it's at the Olympics, so yeah, maybe it's not out tomorrow. Maybe it's on Monday, whatever. Maybe it's not next week. I will say that thing again, right? Because first last Sunday they said there was gonna be probably not airing because of Olympics, and of course One Piece on the night. But I'll see you guys and have a great